to the Eazy Vegan. This week it's just going to be a quickie, and we're going to make a carob dessert. For those of you who have never tried carob, carob is like the healthy chocolate. There's no caffeine in it, and it tastes really good to me. It's one of those, I don't think it's an acquired taste, but you got to give it a chance, just like you got to give all new foods a chance. Just don't expect it to taste like chocolate, but once you love it, it'll be better than chocolate. So, first thing we're going to do with our carob chips is, well, actually the only things you need for this recipe is carob chips, peanut butter, and some almonds. So the first thing I'm going to do, I got a little bit more than 2 cups of carob chips here. I've got a double broiler going here on my stove. Basically a double broiler on the bottom, on the bottom I've got boiling water, and then on the top I just have another, you can see all the steam coming out, I just have another saucepan on top. The reason that we're using the double broiler is that if you try and melt the carob chips without the water as a barrier, they're more likely to burn. So this will be kind of a softer way of letting them melt. Some carob I don't find melts very well, and I think it's just because when I tried it in the past, I put it directly on the heat instead of, I guess, over the steam. And yeah, so this is the way I recommend doing it. If you have a microwave, you can try doing it that way. Just make sure you stir it every once in a while so it doesn't, again, burn. So I'm just going to melt these slightly, and I'm continually moving them around because I don't want anything to stick. They're melting very slowly. Okay, before I started doing this, I measured out my my peanut butter. This is 2 cups of carob. You're going to use about 1/4 cup of peanut butter. And with the peanut butter, I definitely get the unsweetened one. Get the peanut butter that is basically just peanuts. The one that I have is from Master's Choice, so this green container. There's other kinds. Kraft now has a all-natural peanut butter if you want to try them, or if you don't have the option of buying something that's not Kraft because you don't want to support a tobacco company, then you can do that. Okay, my carob chips melting pretty well. You can still see they're in chip form. At this point I'm going to add in my my 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and I'm going to continue stirring this up until it's all melted, but now I'm going to blend in the peanut butter. This is really hard on the arm. Now if you're carob peanut butter sauce to put on top of ice cream or something like that, you can add in some soy milk to make it more liquidy, because right now it's very thick. So that's why it's kind of really hard on my arm right now. And the kind of spoon I'm using, it's actually a spatula, and it's really good. I'm scraping all the stuff's coming right off the pot very easily, which is nice. Alright, this is looking good. Now, of course, what I should have done first was prepare my almonds, but this is my first time making this. So, I've had it before and it's good, but this is my first time actually making it. Alright. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to remove the peanut butter. Now, the almonds I have are whole almonds. You don't want to use roasted ones for this, just want to use plain raw ones. I'm going to take a cup, maybe 1/2 cup, 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to put them in my blender so that you can buy sliced almonds if you want to, but this is cheaper, so I do it this way. Okay, if you buy sliced almonds, obviously, like I have almond meal here right now. If you buy sliced almonds, then obviously you're going to have a crunch going on. I'm just going to stir this. Okay. So depending on, like, you don't need to blend them up. If you want to, you could just crush them, like put them in a plastic bag and crush them. That would work. Now we're going to put the chocolate stuff into your pan. I'm trying one of these silicone pans for the first time. I'm going to lightly spray it with some vegetable oil. You can use Pam if you want to, if that's what you're into. Now I'm going to take my Carob, and I'm just going to put it into my pan. I guess what we're trying to do here is kind of make making like a carob bar or a carob bark. Okay. I'm going to spread it around. We're going to see how thick this comes out. Because in theory, I think this would be really good if it was very thin. So I'm just using like a pie plate size. But if you wanted to try using like a cookie plate, you could do that and see if you like it thinner. I'm going to get another one. So I'll make one that's kind of thicker and one that's a little thinner, just so we can see what tastes better. Not taste better, but what texture we prefer. I don't think I stirred up my peanut butter very well. I'm gonna have some big peanut butter chunks, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to take my almonds, and I'm just going to like sprinkle the almond stuff on the top. We'll see how that works. Or you might want to mix it in. After we see how this goes, or how it works, then we'll see if maybe I should mix it in or not. Okay, I'm just putting all my almond meal on the top. Maybe I will mix it in. Oh, it's starting to dry already. Not dry, cool. So you're going to wait for it to cool before you cut it up. So I'm just going to put it in the freezer, and then after it freezes, you can just pop it out or cut it right in the pan, and we'll see how it goes. So that's how it's looking right now. There we go. That looks good. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. These out of the fridge. They've probably been in there. It's very hard. The silicone, excuse me, the silicone's pretty great because I can just pop it right out like this. And I'm just going to turn it over. And because we didn't add any more liquid to it, it's just kind of hardened back into its chip form. So it's staying on the top very nicely. Now you can just kind of break it up into little pieces however you want it. So now it's kind of like it's like a chocolate bar, but it's got peanut butter, so it's peanut butter chocolate on the inside, and then it's got almond ground on the top, or if you want to put whole pieces of almond, you can put in there too. So now it's like you can make your own chocolate bar. And I've heard that Food Fight on the internet, they sell nougat. So if you want to try and make some kind of nougaty chocolate bar, you can use carob chips. I'm sure this would work with chocolate chips too, but it's up to you. Enjoy. Carob is made from carob,